Life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forwards. Let me say that again. Life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forwards. My father, Gerald Busby, was the first African-American executive of a major record label. He was VP of Urban Development at MCA Records. Patti LaBelle, Gladys Knight, Anita Baker, New Edition were just some of the artists that he worked with. And his work exposed my life and my soul to music. He would take me, my sister, and our cousins to Soul Train filmings if he had an artist who was performing. We would watch music videos and we would learn and practice them in his kitchen all the time, because if the song came on, you had to be ready to do the video. You got to do the video. I would, and I still do, picture a visual representation of every song that I hear. It doesn't matter the genre, country, classical, rock, pop, hip hop, doesn't matter. If there's a melody and a story, I've got a routine in my head. I used to love to watch musicals. And if there was dance in it, oh, you had me at hello. I'm there with it. When I was in elementary, I was a junior cheerleader. In middle school, I twirled short flags. And in junior high, I was on the drill team. So what this is I knew what I was going to be when I grew up. I was going to be a dancer, superstar. So I got accepted into Crossroads School of the Arts and Sciences, where I was going to study dance so I can be an international dancer and choreographer. I also started the cheer and pep squad there because they didn't have one. They also didn't have a football team, but that's a whole nother story. So while I'm there and I'm studying dance, I'm in my element, I am having the most fun. And then, boom, I got knocked up at 16. Yeah, so that happened. So here I have this beautiful, beautiful baby boy, and I was blessed with the prince of all jackasses as his DNA donor. This dude made it a point to terrorize and harass us to the point where I just knew our life was over before they even had a chance to begin. Hell, I hadn't even made it out of high school yet. So yeah, this was kind of my pity party. Because by all accounts, this should technically be the end of my story. Another black teenage mother living in LA. All of this potential, and then this boulder comes dropping into my life, creating these ripples that could easily become waves ready to take me under. I graduated high school early at 17 via independent studies program, and then I enrolled in college where I met amazing people and developed amazing friendships. One of those friendships was with a young man named Marcus Shields. I'll let you connect those dots. LaVonne Shields, Marcus Shields, put those together. And we spent about 1.5 years developing a very amazing, strong, passionate friendship while he and his girlfriend were expecting their son. That is a long, convoluted story, and we can talk about that over a case of wine. I like, sparklings, Moscatos, just about any port will do. We can go through that one. But to make a long story short, within 2 years, we were married, expecting our third son, and buying our home in Fontana, California. Yeah, so that happened. If you're doing the math in your head, you've come out to about 20, 21? Yeah, by 21, I was married with 3 beautiful, beautiful boys and living in the suburbs. I went from being an aspiring dancer with dreams of traveling the globe to being a wife and mother in the suburbs, and I couldn't have been happier. See, that horrible moment of becoming a teenage mother in that abusive relationship was the catalyst that led me on a journey of love and learnings that brought me here tonight. And for that, I am truly, truly grateful. See, we get so caught up in what we think our lives are supposed to be, the things that we're supposed to be doing, that we forget our one job is to go through life, identify and learn the learnings, the lessons, so that we can live a life that is full. My husband and I, we raised our sons immersed in our extended family. Between my sister and our 2 cousins, we had 10 children. So there was 8 boys and 2 girls. And they grew up so close you would swear that they were siblings. We also spent about 10 years in youth sports, and so we would collect other kids as we would go from sport to sport throughout the years. So that means that at any given moment, I can have up to 13 boys in my house at one time. And I do not recommend it. I'm telling you, I'm serious. They eat like horses and they smell like them too. I mean, they were athletes. It was crazy, 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 crazy. So the dads would be the coaches and us moms would be the team moms. More like rowdy fans. We called ourselves the Rowdy Mom Crew, and we would lovingly heckle our children from the sidelines. And there were so many, we had enough material to go around. I sat on the board and I ran the snack bar for a baseball league. I say this because at the time, I hated baseball. I did not understand a sport without a time limit. What are we doing here? What's going on? What's happening? Now I love it. Go Dodgers. Go Dodgers. These are memories and experiences that I wouldn't change for anything. My husband and I are approaching our 21st anniversary. Our youngest son will be 20, and he is in his 3rd year of college, studying to be a professor. He's also a baseball player. Our middle son just turned 22, and he is a part of that resilient class of 2020, graduating from Jacksonville University with a degree in aviation management. And our oldest son will be 24, and he lives in Kansas with his wife and my new grandbaby. Yeah, that happened. Yep. So at 40, I am so happy to be the grandmother of a beautiful, beautiful baby girl. She's got these cute little cheeks. But let's get this right. I am not grandma. I am not granny. I'm not even Nana. My name is Boss. Whole nother story. Yeah, that's right. Whole nother story, whole nother case of wine, but trust me, it's better that way. Well, what I'm saying is that I know that I truly believe that I am exactly where I'm supposed to be, doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. And this has been one hell of a ride. And I can say that at 40, I am living my best life. Thank you. My father was my mentor. I had aspired to work with him in some capacity ever since I was 10, and I was interning at Motown Records while he was president. When he bought interest in a Christian-based newspaper in Inglewood, I went and I worked in the accounting department. When he teamed up with Janet Jackson and Magic Johnson and they bought interest in a black-owned bank, Founders National Bank, based in Los Angeles, I went and worked in the accounting department. So at 28, when I completed my degree, we had we were having a conversation about me taking over the empire. And then on November 4th, 2008, election day, he passed away. And then 2 years later, my mother has a brain aneurysm rupture in her head. So that happened. Seriously, what the fuck? Big capital letters, screaming, flashing neon lights. Seriously, this is what's going on? My mother, my inspiration, one of the strongest women I've ever known. And she is fine right now, happy and healthy. Love it. She underwent emergency brain surgery, and after almost a month of living in the hospital with her, my husband and I decided that she should come live with us. So at the ripe old age of 30, I became sandwiched between my mother and my preteen and teenage boys. And in order to make this move take place, I had to move my home office into my bedroom. Yeah, that happened. So if you have just clutched your pearls and let out a slight gasp, then you understand that trauma. My sons at the time were 10, 12, and 14, so testosterone is just going crazy in my house. And then my mother, the queen of her domain, just moved into my queendom, so to speak, and I got sent to my room. Really? So this new change in living environments actually brought on a form of depression. Another boulder dropped into my life, ready to take me under. But see, I was married and my sons were reaching a critical age of their development. Hell, I had a business to run. I did not have time for the nervous breakdown that was breathing down my neck. So rather than take the mini vacay in the sane asylum, I decided to use my husband's benefits and to seek a therapist. This led me on a pathway to more personal development, where I was able to gain the tools and the resources to help me pull myself out of my despair. These tools and resources also helped me to create an amazing foundation of communication with my sons when they were teenagers. I mean, this is unheard of. Parents, teenagers, they don't go together. But we have this amazing relationship where my sons will talk to me about anything. And as a mother, that is awesome. It's also scary because they will literally talk to me about anything. Certain things mothers don't need to know. These tools also helped me to become what I hope was a better wife, a better daughter, a better sister, an overall person. I know they helped me in my business. I was able to transform my accounting firm from just providing accounting services to being more of a business advisor to my clients, helping them become CEOs of their domain. Some of my clients refer to me as their therapist. Some call me the business owner whisperer. Some call me Miss LaVonne, but that's an accounting dominatrix thing, another case of wine, another conversation, a whole nother deal. See, what it is that we believe that life is supposed to be lived in this one pathway, these series of steps, and that any deviation from that pathway can only lead to despair and pain. What we don't understand is that the pathway is not the problem. What we believe are boulders that are being dropped, creating these ripples that are taking us off course, are actually putting us exactly where we're supposed to be. So that we have the capability, so that we can look back on our lives with understanding and appreciation, and look forward with anticipation and excitement, because life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forwards.